history is full of empires like Rome or Imperial Spain that seemed invincible but eventually collapsed. Why do these powerful nations so often fail to preserve their status?
It is a huge misconception that decline starts when a nation gets weak. It actually begins while they still appear extremely powerful but have lost their ability to adapt.
So it's not necessarily about losing resources, but more about the institutions becoming too comfortable with their past success?
Exactly. Stability creates rigidity. Political systems get slower to reform, and military doctrines keep preparing for the last war instead of the next one.
That makes sense. When the world changes rapidly, a rigid system becomes incredibly vulnerable regardless of how much money or military force it has.
Every generation thinks the current order will last forever, but technological revolutions and demographic shifts are constantly reshaping the global balance of power.
So the real winners aren't just the ones with the most gold, but the ones who can recognize change before a crisis becomes irreversible.
Decline isn't inevitable. It is usually just the natural consequence of failing to adapt to a new environment while you still have the chance.
Is this why you've started calling our current era the adaptive century? It seems like everything is moving faster than ever.
Yes, because we are seeing continuous transformation now. It is not just one thing, it is AI, climate pressures, and digital economies all hitting at once.
It sounds like the old metrics of strength might be getting outdated if they can't keep up with that level of complexity.
The decisive question for any modern nation is no longer who is the strongest today, but who can keep adapting tomorrow.
That is a powerful shift in perspective. It suggests that survival is much more about flexibility than raw dominance.
History teaches us that nations don't just decline because they lose power. They decline because they lose the capacity to change with the times.